CBS correspondent Mark Liverman joins us now from New York with more on this. Mark, is this bill going to come into effect? Will it become law?
Well, Lucy, that's hard to say for sure, but the bill's next stop will be Alabama's Republican Governor Kay Ivey, who has not said if she will sign it into law. But Alabama's legislature is overwhelmingly Republican, and it's a veto-proof majority. So even if the governor doesn't sign the bill, the legislature could still override it. Of course, the bill will still face court challenges. Yesterday, the ACLU immediately announced it would sue to stop this bill as well. Keep in mind, this is a near total ban on abortion. The Republican-supported measure bans all abortion-related acts except to preserve the health of the mother. A doctor performing one would face up to 99 years in prison. Senators also rejected an attempt to add an exception for rape and incest, Lucy.
Mark, I'm just going to show our viewers a visual that I've seen quite a lot on social media so far today. This is the senators who voted. They're all male. Does identity politics play a part in all of this?
Well, like you said, everyone in the Senate was male who voted on this, but it is important to point out that a female Republican was the one who sponsored the bill in the State House. Republican Terry Collins sponsored it and said she hopes it forces the U.S. Supreme Court to revisit abortion rights. She said, quote, "This is to address the issue that Roe v. Wade decided on, which is baby in the womb a person?" Alabama's bill is stricter than 6 other states that recently passed abortion bans, Lucy.
And where does President Trump stand on abortion right now, Mark?
Well, it's difficult to say if his stance has always exactly been that way, but we certainly know where he stands now, Lucy, and there have been a lot of recent examples of that stance with President Trump. We know when he spoke to supporters earlier this year, he made a misleading and pretty graphic claim that proposed legislation in New York as well as Virginia would allow, quote, children to be ripped from their mother's womb right up until the moment of birth. The president has always talked about pro-life judges. Of course, the stance has helped him court the religious right in the country and definitely helped him win the election in 2016. In the eyes of some of those voters, he has actually delivered. The most obvious example of that was by nominating conservatives Neil Gorsuch and Brett Kavanaugh to the Supreme Court, Lucy.
And how much of an issue is this at the ballot box still, Mark?
Well, I think the big effect it will have really will be based on what happens with this bill. If we see the bill pass, you may see more Democrats show up to vote in the next election. And if the bill doesn't end up passing, you could end up seeing more Republicans turning up to vote in that election. So it could possibly kind of serve to galvanize voters depending on the outcome, Lucy.
Mark, good to see you. Thanks so much for joining.